very much pleasure in having in our studio Gary Lacey, who is the Deputy Principal of Kimberley Park State School, and 3 guests. Now, last week was Education Week, and so today I thought we'd do a follow-up with this, and I'm going to get Gary to introduce his 3 students that he's brought along. Very good morning to you, Gary, and thank you for coming.
Hello, Betty.
How are you?
Well, thank you.
That's great.
I've brought along with me today 3 students from our Student Council at Kimberley Park. I've got Meakin Falkenbach, Alex Britton and Kima De Silva. Alex and Kima are the school captains for this year.
Fine. Well, and I just asked them a moment ago, and it's their very first time, the 3 of them in front of a microphone, so I'm sure they're going to be great. Nothing to be frightened of. It's not going to bite you. All right. Thank you, Gary. We've got a few questions here. We're certainly going to get our students involved. And just before I ask questions here, how old are you, Meakin?
I'm 11 years old.
You're 11. And how long have you been going to Kimberley Park?
Around 6 years.
Oh, have you? So you've been there quite some time. What about you, Alex?
I've been going to school for about 3 years now.
Have you? How old are you?
11.
Right. And Kima?
I'm 12 years old and I've been going to the school for 7 years.
Oh, right. Okay. And you all enjoy the school?
Yes.
That's great. Well, we have a few little questions here for you. Now, first of all, Meakin, why in fact does Kimberley Park have a multi-age structure?
Well, in a multi-age structure, teachers can cater for the individual needs of children so the children can work at their own pace. Young children in classes can look to older children for help and advice, which provides opportunities for the children to learn from each other. Not all students will work at the year level that their age would dictate. For example, an 8-year-old, which would normally be in year 3, could be doing year 5 maths or vice versa. Basically, learning at our school is developmental.
Right. And do you consider that this really does work?
Yes.
Do the children themselves like that? Are they sort of quite happy? Like, is there any children who sort of are not real happy about, say, an 8-year-old sort of doing older work? They're sort of feeling there's any animosity or anything, or everyone A-OK about it all?
No, there's not really any problems with it.
What about the maturity of it? Do you sort of feel that they have maybe a little bit of a battle to keep up, say, with the older ones in the social side of things?
Not really. I just think
they blend in.
They blend in and kids have fun together.
That's great. All right. Now, Kima, what makes the classrooms at Kimberley Park different to classrooms in, say, other schools?
Well, we rather work in groups than in rows. We are given choices in the activities we do. The work we are given is at our own level, and activities at other schools would be seen as extracurricular are seen as a regular part of our curricula. For example, Tournament of Minds, children use a lot of class time to plan their solution to the long-time problem. And instead of just learning about the theory, we actually plan and complete activities. For example, our class gardens, the wall murals, saving Kimberley Gully and regenerating Kimberley Forest Park.
So it seems as though you've got, a little bit more leeway. You're able to sort of express your own individuality a little bit more and elaborate and develop things much better than maybe, set things in other schools.
Yep.
And you enjoy that?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah, it probably would make school a lot more enjoyable.
It is.
Does it? Okay. All right, Alex, why is environmental education such an important issue at Kimberley Park?
Well, we have an environmental action group which is made up of about 30 year 5, 6, 7 students, and they work together to update the school on the environmental issues around them. Also, by learning about our environment and learning to care for it, we make our world a better place to live in.
Right.
Our current environmental issues at Kimberley Park are the regenerating of the Kimberley Forest Park.
How do you do that?
We kids from the classes go over to Kimberley Forest Park and plant trees with the help of adults and
wonderful.
Sort of thing.
That's great.
Our environmental action group is planning a competition for South Coast schools We're investigating the flora and fauna of the Kimberley Forest Park.
Who helps you in that area?
Well, the teachers supervise us, but I suppose it's just done by us.
Right.
And
do you have to do a sort of lot of homework in that area? Do you sort of check out things?
Yeah, planning and you plan.
Where do you get some of your information from, Alex?
We have a system called the EMU, and it gives you temperature, wind speed, that sort of thing, and you can hook it up to a computer. That's where you find out what it is. And last year I did a project, and I won my team $100. We made a hypothesis that the humidity, wind speed and temperature affected the amount of native bees, European bees, in our school.
That's interesting. And that's what you did yourself? The whole...
With the help of 2-3 team members, yes.
Right. Was it difficult?
Took a lot of time. Every hour we had to go check what the wind speed and temperature and humidity were, but I suppose it was worth it in the end.
That's great. Right.
We've also been breeding and releasing green tree frogs.
Green tree frogs?
Yes.
For what reason?
They're a bit scarce in the environment. They're nearly extinct, I suppose, but just as another project.
So you're trying to keep them sort of all alive and living.
There. We're planning and we'll be planting a park, Weary Dunlop Park. It's on a block of land that the school's recently acquired, and we'll be planning that. And we're also building new class gardens. Each class has a garden or place where they might want to build a garden.
Do you have to check out the type of soil and everything to see what's suitable to plant in those gardens?
Usually, yes. We plant native trees.
Sure.
And the Tidy Schools competition we've been involved with for the last couple of years and have had high results in that.
What school, sorry?
Tidy School competition.
Oh, right, yes. You've had success there, have you?
Yeah.
Right. That's wonderful. And you enjoy the environmental side of it?
Yes.
Does it take a lot of time? Like, do you have, 1 or 2 lessons a week, or...?
Oh, it depends how the environment's going. I mean, if they need any help or anything. But usually there's about a meeting a month for the environmental action group, unless there's something that just happens.
Sure. And do you get involved with like outsiders apart from the school, environmental support groups and that sort of help you or come in, or do you visit places?
We visit places, yes, and we've had a couple of doctors and environmental people come in and talk to us about it.
That's wonderful. All right. Now, how does teaching of thinking help you with your schoolwork, Meakin? Sometimes, we sort of can't be bothered putting our thinking caps on. We just go with the flow, but apparently in this area you really have to think hard.
Yeah, well, we learn to use De Bono's 6 hats, and they are...
Which?
De Bono's 6 hats.
What's that?
Well, there's white hat for facts, yellow hat for positives, black hat for negatives or problems, red hat for emotions, green hat for creativity, and blue hat, which controls which hat you use. It's thinking about your thinking.
I've not heard of that before. I've learned something today.
By using these hats, it helps us to solve problems in a more balanced way. Like, if you were confronted with a problem, a lot of people would see the negatives or the problems with that problem, and their emotions will come into it, but we see the positives about the problem, the facts about the problem, and we use our creativity.
Right. That sounds really good. How long has this been in force at school? Is it something new, or has it been going on for some time?
It's been going on since the school started, I think.
Do all students get involved here, or is it just an area?
No, all students use 6 hats.
Do they?
In class time. And
what classes are these?
Well, we have multi-age classes, which means there's more than one age group in each class, and the 1, 2, 3 classrooms, which is 6, 7 and 8-year-olds, they use the 6 hats, and right up to the 6, 7s.
Right. Do you, Megan, feel that this has helped you personally?
Yes, I think when I came to this school, I was in grade 2, and I reckon it's a better way to approach problems, and it helps you to solve them more easily.
That's good. And what are the major things